Do you think that Rassie should bat at 4 in the World Cup? Aiden batted at 4 for Punjab. Do you think that Rassie should bat at 3 and Aiden at 4? That is the question that you guys sent in to us on Instagram. I botched it a little bit at the beginning over there. I'm having to read it down on my phone. But ultimately, you guys are asking about the batting lineup and whether Aiden Markram should be moved to 4 because he's been batting at 3 majority of the time for South Africa in recent times in T20 cricket. And you guys are asking if Rassie should bat at 3. So that is the question that you guys sent to us on Instagram today. We're going to be answering your questions, whether it is in the live chat, whether it is on Instagram. We'll start with the Instagram questions first, and then we'll go into the live chat and see what you guys have to say in the live chat if you have any questions for us. To the guys that are out there that are new to this channel, you guys need to know that there's two things that you need to do. There's only two actions that you need to do. One is subscribe to Cricket Fanatics Magazine monthly. That happens every single month. It will come. An issue will come directly to your inbox every single month. The link is in the description, and it will be in the I too. If you guys are new to this channel and you haven't quite yet, please subscribe to this channel and click that notification bell for all future videos, because that's how you'll get all updates on whether we go live, whether we are going to do pre-recording premieres or whatever we do on this channel. You'll have full notice. So let's get straight into today's Q&A session with myself and Aditya. Hey guys, a very good evening and welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your daily show. I'm your host Khalid. This is Aditya, and we're going to be talking about your questions, answering your questions on today's show. Everything you've sent in on Instagram, we're going to start with those first, and then we'll go to your questions in the live chat. So let's get straight into it. The first question that I'd like to answer is from Dessa12. What will happen after the World Cup? Will players be arrested for Netherlands series? Now, that's a very interesting one. I think it depends on how the series goes, actually, or maybe not. It's very possible that they could arrest some guys and give other guys an opportunity, seeing that we have another World Cup coming up very, very soon. So it all depends on how South Africa actually do in the World Cup. I think if they win it, I think that South Africa will probably look to reset again and build for the next World Cup and try to add on to that, give new guys an opportunity. I think the Netherlands is probably the best opportunity to give guys the chance to play. Seeing that we have so much T20 competitions happening right away, right at this moment, where we're seeing excellent talent coming through, we might get the chance to see a guy like Matthew Breedsky or Theobald Brevis or Vian Libber get more opportunities at the top level. Tristan Stubbs, there's other guys, bowlers as well that are doing well. Zubair Hamza doing well as well, dependable on how he's going to do in the knockout stages. So we might get to see those fringe players get more opportunities against the Netherlands. What do you think, Aditya? Is that what you would probably do as well if you had the chance to pick a team or squad for that series?
100%. I think there should be a degree of balance between blooding new players and ensuring that players who may not be in the best of nick have that opportunity to get back in form. Additionally, there's an India series coming up after that, so I do think that South Africa will want to ensure that all the players are rested, fit, and raring to go for that series. But this series against the Netherlands is a good opportunity for them to try out new players and give players who are not in good form an opportunity to find their touch again.
So the next question that we're going to answer, it's going to be a little bit all over the place, guys, because we can't really control that. But maybe I should go with the next question from Jerome, or I think JLJ_Jerome. He says, which players would you give a debut to against the Netherlands in the ODIs? I think I'll give Zubair Hamza one. I think he's been in the mix for quite some time now. I think I'll give a guy like Michal Pretorius an opportunity. I think Vreynard van Tonder should be knocking on the door. I think someone like Ryan Rickelton and Grant Rulofsson. I think those two players that are players that should get an opportunity as well. I think that just think about all the players over here, trying to think of all of them. Maybe someone like Sibs Makanya, I would like to see get an opportunity now in international cricket. Um, Someone like maybe Wandile Makwetu. I would like to see Sinetembe Klashile maybe get some opportunities. I'm just spitting some names, guys, off the top of my head. I think Brzezinski is long overdue. Some time for South Africa, maybe even SAA opportunities. Um, Maybe we can see a dependable on how guys like Clive Fortain do, or Clyde Fortune do, Clive Fortain do. Um, Depends on how they do. He would also be someone that's there. Gerald Coetzee is another person that comes to mind. Um, Maybe a Bryce Parsons. Tando Ntini is another guy that's been knocking on the door. So those are some of the names that are coming to my mind right now as I'm speaking to you guys. What do you think? I mean, Yanaman Malan is probably the guy that they need to build a team around. I feel. So who are some of the guys maybe Aditya that stood out to you from tournaments past?
Definitely Matthew Brzezinski and Hyde Fortin should be there. Uh, I think there should be a balance between batters and bowlers. Who are in. Uh, so yeah, I think Tandu Antini and Gerald could say be my picks for the bowling group, and Ryan Rickelton and Clyde Fortin, and Matthew Brzezinski for the batting team.
Yeah, even Jean Duplessis is a good shout if he can continue doing what he's doing for SWD. But with the Sami is another guy that I think that I see John this mentioned in the comment section. He's another person that may be in the mix as well. So there are quite a few guys. Um, Werner, our friend Werner, he gave us a comment and he asked us the 12 o'clock game against Afghanistan in the desert must be the true definition of a warm up game. I think it's the true definition of three warm up games in one. Ultimately, that's going to be hectic. I think they're going to need a lot of towels and a lot of ice packs and a lot of breaks in between in that match, water breaks, etc. Dehydration is going to be probably the biggest worry for the medical staff of the Proteas in a game like that. But also it'd be very good conditioning leading into the World Cup. What's your thoughts on that particular game, Aditya?
Actually, for these conditions, the preparation has to start a long time before the World Cup, because you're not just preparing for the playing conditions, you're preparing to equip your body to deal with these conditions best. So I know from previous tours that India have taken, that New Zealand have taken to the UAE, where a while before that happens, you increase the amount of like healthy oil content in your diet. You increase the amount of healthy fat you add to your diet. you know so it's that sort of thing is important to ensure that your body is fit for these conditions. But yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. At least the first couple of outings are going to be hard. I think certain players like KG, Andrik, Aiden also, and even Shamsi, even though he hasn't really played, but I think because they probably have a bit more exposure to these conditions, and the bodies are maybe a bit more used to it compared to some of the guys who haven't played a lot of cricket in the lead up to the World Cup.
Yeah, and I see Werner's obviously correcting himself over there, but 2 o'clock is still very hot. So I
Even
mean,
like 8 o'clock at night is really hot.
yeah,
It doesn't matter too much. It's
yeah.
hot either way.
I think if they start 2 o'clock, they'll only end about just around about the time that for them it's still hot in the evening for them. So either or, it will still be hot for them.
I mean, you just have to see Faf du Plessis in that game against Punjab, which was in the afternoon, and he batted 20 overs, and Chennai batted first. So You look at his fitness, he was hitting like 100-meter sixes in the 18th over of the game. And he was totally wiped out by the end of it. He couldn't field for a long time. They had to send out a
Yeah.
substitute, so it's hard.
Next question is from Werner again. Is it? Yes, it is. Do you think Deva Brevis will play for the Titans Northerns in the upcoming 4-day competition? I have to believe that he will, because they have selected him in the squad. Of course, he's in the squad, and there was quite a bit of talk around him. And I hope that he does get opportunities. Maybe not every single game, but I have to say that I must. Well, if I was the coaches, I would at least play him in 1 or 2 and start breeding him in, because the boy is too talented to leave out. It will be a travesty if they don't let him play any 4-day games, because he needs to obviously learn the 4-day game as fast as possible. The only way he's going to learn that is by playing in the middle, isn't it, Aditya?
Absolutely. The more competitive cricket he can get access to, the better it is for his game. He needs to be challenged as much as possible. And yeah, I mean, he's a fine talent, no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm. Now, we got a question here from Kostub. I think that's how you pronounce it. I've seen you in the comment section as well. Which player will be the key for South Africa in the T20 World Cup? Now, we have a whole Sunday podcast on this. We did a whole Sunday podcast on this, so please go ahead and check that out. We spoke quite in depth about everything when it comes to who would stand out and who wouldn't. So please go ahead and check that out. I don't think I'm going to answer that on this question, because I'd like you guys to get more views on the podcast show. So let's go to the main question, and that is: do you think Rassie would bat at 3 and Aiden at 4 in the World Cup? Aiden batted at 4 for Punjab, and that was sent in by JS Free Signals. JS Free Signals. Okay. So let's think about this. I think that from 3 till 5, ultimately, it will be about match situation. I don't think that South Africa will go with a definite middle order. I feel that according to the way the match evolves, that's how they will pick the next person to come in. I think that if we lose a wicket in the power player, me personally, I will bring Rassie out. Because I think that he will fight. He'll have more time at the crease. He'll be able to anchor the innings. And I know anchors are not necessarily something we want to see in T20 cricket, but I think that if it's Temba that loses his wicket, Rassie comes in. If it's Quinton that loses his wicket, I feel that Aiden comes in. It depends on who we lose and at what time. So all of those things are going to be in my mind if I was the coach when it comes to selection. On your thoughts, Aditya, because I did speak before. I said Rassie should bat at 3 or nothing. That was my suggestion to the Proteas setup. But what's your thoughts on it?
Certainly no lower than 4.
Yeah.
Rassie has to bat in the top 4. So it's I think the top 3 slots are booked. Quinton is definitely going to open. Temba is either going to open or bat at 3. And I think it should be Rassie at 4. But I honestly feel like the opening combination should be Temba and Quinton, Aiden at 3, Rassie at 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's my ideal top 3.
Yeah. Let's complete that. So I think it will be David Miller, because that's the next question from David Hope, is what is the playing 11 against Australia be? Now, I would go this also depends a lot on the conditions. So it's very difficult for me to be able to pick a team here that I think should play against Australia, but I don't know what the conditions are going to be on the day. But we'll give it our best shot. I think Miller at 5, do you agree? Yeah.
Again, it's match situation, as you said, right?
Yeah.
Look, if in the first game, if South Africa batting first and they're 150 for 1 in the 15th over, then Miller should come in or Aiden should go in. But if they are 90 for 3 after 10 overs, then there's no question that Rassie should be there.
So let's go with him at 5. I think we can go with the extra batsman, maybe Nani Klaasen at 6. I think that's a possibility. And then having a all-rounder like Dwayne Pretorius at 7. Then 8, having Keshav Maharaj. 9, KG Rabada. 10, Anrich Nokia. and 11 Debre Shamsi. That would be my 11. Do you agree, or who else would you maybe switch around there?
Maybe I'd play maybe Vian Mulder, play the extra batsman. Um, and the
Then who do
IPL
you
has
drop?
Andrew Claassen.
Andy
The
Klassen.
IPL
Wow.
has so the IPL has shown that a change of pace, seam variations and fast bowlers have been dominant performers in the second leg of the IPL.
Mm,
Spinners have been more successful playing a holding role, a controlling role, as opposed to a wicket taking role. You know,
mm,
so
yeah.
I feel like the additional seamer is likely to be more beneficial than the
Extra
additional
batsman.
spinner.
Or the
Yeah,
extra batsman. Okay, cool.
yeah,
That
yeah,
the additional batsman. Okay, cool. So that's interesting. I think that we both obviously this is maybe one position, but we agree upon the rest of the 11. But guys, that's all we have for you today. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed what we had to say. I'm just gonna have a look quickly if there is anything in the live chat, and I don't see anything questions directly from you guys. So we're going to move on. So thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to tune into more daily shows. Obviously, we have a daily show tomorrow, Thursday, and then Friday too, and then our Sunday podcast on Sunday. But also stay tuned for our magazine. We have a World Cup edition coming out on Friday. So stay tuned. We got some excellent content in this magazine. It's going to give you excellent insight into preparation for World Cups from various types of players, coaches, etc., and people that, and even journalists will be giving their say on who and how to prepare and what South Africa should do to prepare for the World Cup. So thanks a lot for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to subscribe to Cricket Fanatics Magazine monthly. Comes every single month into your inbox for free. The link is in the description, or click the eye on the top right of the screen. Also, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell for all future videos, smash the like button, and comment and share with everybody that you know. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow with another daily show. Take care, everybody.